Virgo, this is your energy check-in love reading. We're tuning into the person on your mind or your current situation and the energy unfolding for you right now. Let's see what wants to come through. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Virgos, please. Okay, your energy, the Magician in reverse, that's Virgo, Gemini energy. Your person, the Five of Cups. All right, they're viewing you as the Hanged Man, Pisces energy. What you're not seeing is the Hierophant in reverse. And the final outcome, or your advice, is the Two of Cups in reverse, okay? And we see the Eight of Wands. All right, Virgo, so the Eight of Wands tells me that you're handling a lot right now. You're very focused, but I actually feel like you're not particularly focused on this connection. With the Magician in reverse, I think you're looking at whether or not this connection has all the ingredients that you need to be happy, to feel stable. The Eight of Wands tells me that you're probably focused on some other goals. Now, maybe you're very focused on what you want in a relationship, and you're still not really sure about this person. This could be somebody you're in separation from, but it can also be someone who where you haven't quite, this connection hasn't quite found its form yet. The Magician in reverse also tells me that you're not really communicating, you're not taking a whole lot of action here, all right, when it comes to this person. And the Eight of Cups, now it may be somebody you've walked away from, it may be someone who's walked away from you, but I'm kind of more getting this energy that a lot of my Virgos, you're really focused on your abundance, you're focused on a project, you're focused on yourself. And I think you're really looking at what your Ten of Cups looks like. Some of my Virgos, or maybe even a lot of you, you're in the midst of some sort of transition or transformation. So, love might be a little bit on the back burner, or maybe this connection is. Now, you're viewing this person as the Page of Swords in reverse. Interesting. So you may not fully trust this person, Virgo. You may feel like something here is a little bit off. Now, you may just not be in communication with this person. You may know that they're spying on you and checking you out. But with the Page of Swords in reverse, I feel like, you may have also heard some gossip about this person, or I feel like you're picking up on some negative energy here. All right. And the connection, and this is a connection that's stressing you out a little bit. The Nine of Swords. This is nervousness, this is anxiety. You might be getting a lot of dream messages here. But I feel like there's something here that's stressful about this connection. It could be somebody that you love, but you're recognizing that they're not the best relationship for you, or they don't have the capacity to offer what you're looking for. They could have also really hurt or disappointed you. And again, I feel like there's a little bit of a lack of trust here, Virgo. And trust is the most important building block for any relationship. Your person is disappointed. Your person is feeling sad. I feel like they're definitely experiencing this breakup or this separation on a deep level, right? I think they're sad, they're disappointed at the way things are going here. The Eight of Swords energy in reverse, but I wonder if this person has been dishonest or avoidant with you, okay? And there may have been something that they weren't seeing that now they are seeing that's contributed to why you feel the way you do about them. So maybe they realized they weren't pulling their weight, or maybe they're realizing they don't really have the capacity to give you or this relationship the time and energy that you need to feel happy and sustained and balanced. Yeah, the Ace of Wands energy in reverse. It's possible that this person rejected you in some way, okay, and they have regrets. But for others of you, they might feel rejected, or maybe they're worried you're not as attracted to them as you are. You're not as attracted to them as they are to you, and they're waiting. All right, they're waiting, they're watching and waiting. I think they're waiting for your next move here, Virgo. They hold a torch for you for sure, But for some of you, maybe this person was dragging their feet too much. Okay, so with the Hanged Man Pisces energy, this person definitely sees here, Virgo, that you are, that you're hanging back. You're not moving forward. You're looking at all the details, and you're not fully giving to this connection right now. All right. We see the World card coming through. I am going to take that. This is the fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius. So this person may be worried about an ending. Some of you, this is somebody you've had an ending with, and they're hoping for some sort of new beginning or reconciliation. All right. The Judgment card. This person may also see you up-leveling. You may be evolving past this person. They might feel you leaving them behind. Okay, because I can see with this Eight of Wands, you're very focused, and that could be very focused on the physical. Maybe you're having a bit of a glow up with your health, your wellness, your physical body. But for a lot of you, it's energetic. This person is hoping for a new beginning, all right, and some sort of reconciliation or some sort of up-leveling. And we do see the Three of Wands and the Ace of Wands here. So they do feel this is a soulmate connection. And there's a part of them that really does want something stable here with you. But you're not giving emotionally here, Virgo. The King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. Yeah, it's like you're holding back, you're watching and waiting. I feel like my Virgos, Virgos, I say I'm a Virgo rising. Virgo energy is super giving and super service oriented. And sometimes Virgos can overgive. And it feels like the other person is taking advantage or enjoying what you're offering. But I kind of feel they weren't pulling their weight, or they weren't showing up for you the way that you needed them to. And with the King of Cups showing up in reverse, I think there is this sort of reckoning or this understanding on this person's side that you're feeling emotionally drained. And I think they're a little bit shocked and surprised that you're not all in. Okay, but at the same time, I think they're also going through a bout of accountability. Now, the Hierophant in reverse tells me this person is feeling this separation or this lack of compatibility, or you two not being on the same page. They're feeling this in a really big way. All right. And some of you, this person hasn't been too generous with you. All right. And we see the Lovers card, Gemini energy, Taurus, Gemini. Some of you could be dealing with the Taurus, Gemini cusp. We see the Knight of Swords in reverse, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and the Two of Pentacles. Virgo, some of you, this person was juggling. Okay, they may have been juggling a third party that they never told you about. It may have been an ex. It may have been somebody else they were talking to. But Virgos, Virgo energy doesn't always get this recognition, but Virgos are extremely intuitive. And you're masters at pattern recognition and paying attention to details. So Virgos know what's up, right? Without even really knowing what's up. And I feel like with the Two of Pentacles here, for some of you, this person, they're very highly attracted to you. I'm wondering if they were too focused on the physical and weren't giving you enough of, the stuff that you need, that intellectual support, moral support, that emotional connection. And I do feel there's been a little bit of dishonesty, like they haven't told you everything. And I do feel like maybe this person doesn't have enough time because of work. I mean, the Two of Pentacles could be somebody who's, juggling work and family, or two jobs, or what have you. So the Two of Cups energy in reverse, Virgo, is telling me that you have a big decision to make about this person, about this connection. All right, and we see the Six of Cups. There's soulmate energy here. I mean, this person has sweet feelings for them. And, I do think, my Virgos, you also probably have sweet feelings for this person. Some of you may even love this person. But I think you're holding two things at once. How I feel about them and their capacity. Whether they can give me what I need to feel loved and supported and happy and balanced in a connection. And the Five of Pentacles energy in reverse. All right. And we see the Knight of Pentacles. So I do think that this person is coming towards you. They do want to heal things and they want reconciliation. And of course, that's the big decision here, Virgo. If this makes sense to you, if this works for you. But the Five of Pentacles in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles is also telling me that a lot of my Virgos, you're giving yourself the stability that you need. And so somebody coming in after the fact isn't going to be as appetizing or appealing as maybe it once was. All right. Now, this person is definitely looking at all the time and effort that's been put into the connection. This is somebody who's paying attention. And like I said, I do think that they're experiencing some accountability, looking at the role they play. But I also think that they're strategizing. And I think this person is also, missing you. Okay. I think this person, I think they probably have some deep regrets here, Virgo, because I think they're realizing that you're not chasing. You may have evolved past this. And you may not be so up into what they're offering, what they're actually offering. So we see pacify energy. So this card coming out in reverse tells me that I do think this person feels anxious, feels a little bit nervous here. But I also feel like they knowing how you feel or coming together with you or having more access to you would make them feel calmer, make them feel better. Yeah, but they want their cake and to eat it too. So they are a little bit miffed that you're not on board with, them juggling, right? And again, they might not be juggling you and somebody else. They might just be prioritizing, their family, their work, and then hoping that you're going to rearrange, your schedule and your energy. But there is a stubbornness and there's a bit of a self-centeredness here. Okay. And we see sexual photos. Yeah. So I do get this energy from this person, Virgo, that they do tend to focus on the physical. And I feel like my Virgos, you want more than that. And I think that's the big question mark, whether or not they can, is this your person? Is this an intellectual match? Is this the person you really enjoy spending time with, laughing, your best friend and lover type energy? So we see much older. So this person, there may be an age difference here. But I'm also seeing that the next time you see this person, they might look a little worse for the wear. They're honest and adventurous spirit. They want to take a risk or a leap of faith. I feel like this honest energy, though, this is where I'm questioning, because I do feel there's something here you're not trusting or they haven't always told you. And that may be something in the past, Virgo. But there is something here you're not fully trusting. All right. Advice and guidance for my Virgos, please. Advice and guidance for my Virgos. Letting go. Releasing the need to control allows the universe to do its job. Okay? So be in a flow state. But I also feel with this letting go energy, this is about not being too married to the outcome. Right now, just observe. Okay? Forgiveness. To offer your forgiveness to another liberates your own heart from pain. Okay? And karmic lessons. Souls incarnate into the human experience to resolve past life experiences. Work through any painful lessons and turn them into an opportunity for growth. Okay, so there are karmic lessons here wrapped up in this connection. Okay, so let's see if there's any final advice and guidance for my Virgos, please. Final advice and guidance. And I feel that's a big question here for my Virgos. Do you want to repeat a karmic lesson here? Or has the karmic lesson been learned and can this evolve? Okay, so Spirit saying wedding. This situation involves marriage. And we see codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Now, we can take this literally, but here in my readings, I take addictions as anything that somebody needs to really get out from under, and that can be karmic patterns and habits. Now, some of you, maybe you are or were married to this person. Some of you, you've thought about marrying this person. But I also feel, too, you might have someone here who's very attached to someone from their past. Now, I don't know if they have to co-parent with this person or they let this person interfere. It's kind of the energy I'm getting here. But, of course, you're going to have to let me know down below, Virgo. All right, sending you love and light. Take care.